In today's video, we'll cover the best settings you should change to maximize performance and high detail on weapons. Inside the video tab, we'll first take a look at the general section. It is highly recommended that Valorant should be ran at full screen mode to ensure there's no input lag. The next setting we will review is the resolution, and this is based off your monitor in hertz. I personally like to play at 1920 by 1080, and my monitor can support 155 hertz. So the more hertz that you see, the better it's going to be for your FPS. Right now, I currently do not cap any of my FPS settings as my game runs smoothly without it. But if you begin to see screen tearing, I highly recommend turning on limit FPS always and set it 10 to 20 FPS higher than your monitor's hertz. This will ensure that you get the most FPS, and if it decides to go a little bit higher, you won't see as much screen tearing. This last setting in the general tab is essential, and it's called NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency. This setting applies to all NVIDIA cards. So if you have an NVIDIA RTX card, you will want to have this set to on. But if you have an older NVIDIA card, you're going to want to put this setting to on plus boost for the most optimal output. But if you do not have an NVIDIA card and you run an AMD card or another series, you're going to want to put this option off as it may hinder your performance in the long run, and you don't want that to happen. Onto the meat and potatoes of the best graphic settings. The first one we will be taking a look at is the multi-threaded rendering, and we're going to want to put this option set to on, as this will help make the game run a little bit smoother. And for the quality settings, we're going to want to put all four of these set to low, as none of them really give you a competitive advantage other than making the game look a little bit more texturized, which we don't want. The next two settings below the quality, you're going to want to set these two to off. The only time you're going to want to put on VSync is if you have a VSync monitor, but majority of people do not, so you're going to want to set this to off. These next two settings will improve the gun quality and show high detail on the expensive weapon skins that you have. So first, looking at anti-aliasing, we're going to want to set this to MSA 2x, as this will help make the gun glow a little bit more. Anisotropic filtering, we will set this to 16x, as it will help the colors pop out a little bit more on the gun as well. The next three settings are personal preference, and for me, I like them as my computer can run it. So I use improved clarity, sharpening, and bloom. I set all those three to on, as those will help make the game look a little bit more high detail in the low graphic settings. But for the last two settings, you're going to want to set these two to off, as they do not provide any competitive advantage, and it also may hinder your FPS, as shadows play a huge part in this game and it tends to put a huge load on the computer. Now that we went over the best graphic settings to change, we have a video on the top 5 best settings you should change to help you improve in Valorant. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, as well as leave a comment on any settings that we missed. Anyways, True Fate signing out. Peace.